big thank you to Larry and Joseph, both of you guys, for leaving me great comments. Again, I need your help. Welcome back to the workbench, where we try to make things, and we're continuing to try to make today is Revell's Ford FD-100 pickup. It was the Foose design pickup that we're doing a little different. We're trying, well, I'm trying my best to build my own chassis or modify the chassis myself so that it'll work with airbags. And that's still what we're working on. So I wanted to bring over, I guess, the chassis and kind of show you where we're at. So I'm still in the process of boxing out or plating or whatever, closing in the gaps of the front notches we did. But I do, I do want to, a slight change of direction, I guess, but not really, not too much, not that much is going to change. But I did have some great clarification on how I should go about doing this. Basically, the viewers of this channel, by the way, and I think we all know this, right, are much smarter than the host of this channel and know a lot more about what we're doing here than I do. And this is without a doubt. And I had two great comments from a couple of those much smarter than me watchers of this channel. I'm going to get their name. Larry and Joseph both gave me very good comments on kind of where we need to, just little small changes we need to make. One, and I guess I should have known this, this airbag, which is the one that we have been, that we put together for the back, which is an airbag and with a shock outside of the airbag, right? So whatever that type of setup is called. Well, this is actually, I took measurements from the internet and then sized it down, and this is what size it would be. But those are much bigger than, which I didn't do the due diligence to do the correct size of the airbags when it's a bag and strut combo, whatever you call those. I don't know what you call these, but the one where the struts run through the center of the airbag, they're actually much smaller in diameter. And I went and consulted the research department also, and they agreed with both Larry and Joseph that, yeah, it's much smaller. So because of that, we can probably do a smaller airbag, and then we don't have to worry about modifying, trying to work. Basically, we don't have to work with modifying, trying to get this cross member to fit and all that, because we're going to have a lot more room. It's a smaller bag. We're not sticking out or sticking in of the chassis rails. So then all we need to worry about in here is just motor mounts, right? And then that gives us more room if we want to do headers and whatever else that we're going to do in that space, along with steering columns and all that. So great information, but even better information, which I should know this. I literally just changed the strut on my wife's car. I don't know why it didn't. The top of the airbag needs to connect to essentially to the chassis. The bottom of the strut of the airbag will connect to this bottom A-arm. So two things. One, I mean, at the end of the day, you don't even need the upper A-arm, just a strut mount, a cup, where it used, like you think the cup where the coilover would normally sit, but we just need a mount for the top of the strut, right? Because most modern setups, they don't have an upper A-arm. Like, I started thinking about my wife's Accord that I changed the strut on, which, by the way, don't do that. If you I had to take the whole front end apart. It was ridiculous. Anyways, yeah, there's just no upper A-arm. There's just an upright that has the lower kind of A-arm, and then it's mounted to that mount on the frame. So, but the problem we have is, obviously, our upright or spindle or whatever you want to call it is, or let me put it this way, where our mounting point or our mounting location for the wheels is connected to that upper A-arm. So what I think all we need to do is just build in a tab or whatever off of the chassis for the upper, the upper part of the strut bag combo to attach, and then we'll attach the bottom to the lower A-arm. And then that should just fit right in the space, because we can go smaller. So the O-rings, if you remember right, when we made our little airbag, I just used some O-rings that I went and picked up at, I don't know, one of the parts houses, like, I don't know if it was O'Reilly's or AutoZone or one of them. But the point being is this is the smallest I have, but I have smaller O-rings. So this are, a good bit smaller O-rings that we can build this kind of bag strut combo out of. And these, I think, yeah, well, I've got all this stuff. Oh, I could probably do it better on this side. I think these might fit in here pretty good. It's going to be a heck of a lot closer. They're still probably a little big. I might see if I can find a smaller O-ring. The problem is I want the thickness. So we'll see what I can find. If not, we'll make these work, which will be a lot easier because they will not be extending out past the frame rail. So we can make this work, even if they're probably just going to sit right here anyways, collapsed. Yeah, anyways, I think we can actually make these work for our O-rings we're going to use, where we just kind of stack two of them together like so, and it kind of really does look like a collapsed airbag. So I think we can make that work. We'll make mounting points here for the upper strut and then the lower strut. But that brings us to the next point: is we need the struts, right? That's going to run down the middle. And I think the best solution I've come up with is to actually use the shocks that are included in the kit. Now you see these are the original rear shocks. So by the way, this kit has no shocks in the front. The kit has no shocks, no springs, nothing, because there's an axle that runs through here, and all that would get in the way of doing an axle that can make the model roll. So they just didn't have them. But it did have shocks in the back, which were coilovers. Well, we don't want a coilover up front, but what I think I can do, because normally a strut is much thicker than a shock, right? Because you got you'll have a little bit more meat to them. So what I think I can do is take this coilover shock, which hopefully you guys can kind of see what's going on here, just kind of fill it in. I'm just going to fill it in, turn it into a cylinder, and then I can use, this is the top of it. In fact, what I probably will do is actually take, as long as it's not too long, I'll probably just drill a hole, because from what I've seen, or at least the research department has shown me, the research department's Google, by the way, what they've shown me is on these bag strut combos, there's a lot of strut that hangs out the bottom. So we kind of need a lot. So what I think I can do, long story short, what I think I can do is just build out the top, drill a hole in it. In fact, I can probably just find a small washer that already has a hole. Obviously, already has a hole. Yeah, just find a small, or however we end up doing it, and then just putting the strut all the way through, what we're going to turn into a strut, putting this all the way through the bag, just gluing it in, and then having I think that'll create a strut shock combination. But I'll need to just fill in, and I'll just use body filler to fill in these the coils and just make it's just going to make it a thick looking strut. I think that'll work. But now the problem is, if you remember right, we've got bags in the back that need external shocks. So I had to go to the parts bin, and I think I found a couple that'll work. Here's just some they need cleaned up. I don't know. Obviously never been used. I don't know why I have them laying around. But there's shocks that I think will work, back here, that we can kind of connect wherever, probably here to the axle, whether it's inside or outside, or however we're going to connect. Can you guys see? However we're going to connect these shocks to the axle. They actually need, I think these are fully extended. So what I might end up having to do is cut a little section out of them, like they've been squashed, because we're going to be sitting down, because they do look a little long. I think we're going to have to shorten them down, but that's no problem. We can just shorten them up, and I think these will work as shocks. I'm going to also keep digging through my parts bin to find shocks for the back, because we're using these, up front. So anyways, I think that's the solution. Big thank you to Larry and Joseph, both of you guys, for leaving me great comments. Again, I need your help. I'm trying. I've never done this, and your comments really do help. So let me know down in the comments section. What do you think? They do, by the way, there is 3D printed strut. I wish I knew what the name of these were, but the combination strut airbag, they're out there. They're out there. They exist. At the end of the day, if that's what we have to do, that's what we'll do. But that's what I'm trying not to do. With this build, I'm trying to build it, right? So I'm trying not to just order a bunch. I'm trying to order as little 3D printed stuff, do as little 3D printing as possible. That makes sense. Basically, kind of old school, just build it. Now, I will mention this. I would love to have a 3D scanner and then take this chassis once it's kind of cleaned up and everything, 3D scan it, because then you can take it into the computer and do all the manipulations you want, and then 3D print it and then have the final, a final clean copy of this. That would be really cool. And it's something I might look into. I don't know how much all that stuff kind of costs, but probably not in the budget. Probably the finance department, my wife, will probably not give me the green light on it, but it's still something to look into. Anyways, let me know what you think down in the comment section. I'm going to get back to work on this. I want to get this chassis finished up for you guys for tomorrow. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, subscribe, hype. I don't know, all those buttons. Do what everybody tells you to do on YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.